Good morning to everybody. It's your boy Easy, about to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what time it is. Go to the description. In the description, subscribe to the new channel, Boxing's Truth. Show your boy some love if you want to. It's right there in the description. We got to talk about Gary Russell Jr. today. You see the topic of it. Unfortunately, the longest reigning champion in boxing lost last night. We got to discuss this. New champion, Mr. Mark Magsayo, has accomplished his dream by becoming the WBC featherweight champion of the world. Gary Russell Jr. has said that he feels that this was a robbery. And I wanted to get on today to discuss with my people, my subscribers, my loved ones, my country cousins, what y'all feel about this. That's basically what I'm on here for. But y'all have to remember, I did tell y'all Gary Russell was going to lose. See, that's why I be telling y'all, fuck with your boy Easy Work. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people don't like my videos beyond boxing, but when it comes to this boxing, bro, I know what I'm talking about. I know people. I know how to hear the right thing. I know what I be talking about when it comes to this boxing. Just check the resume, check the views, check the fights I've been predicted. It'll hit you right where it need to go. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit you right where you need to go. Now, yeah, I was wrong about him getting slept, but I was right that he lost. He didn't get knocked out. Actually, he stayed in the fight real good. I can't really say I seen a time where Gary was hurt or anything like that. I seen him get hit with some good shots. I did see that, especially that uppercut and stuff. I really watched the highlights, y'all. But even in the highlights of me watching the highlights, it wasn't a spectacular event that night. Let me put it to you like that. I give both men credit, both put on the show. Thank you all. Thank you both for getting in the ring and, fighting and giving the public, a fight. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll rate that a 5. From the entertainment side of it, it wasn't a sitting on the edge of your seat fight. It wasn't that. Mark did okay, but Gary also showed that Mark has a lot of mistakes and does a lot of mistakes. That's one thing Gary Russell showed the public. Like I said, Mark is a decent fighter, but you seen the mistakes last night. It's a lot he needs to work on. I'm sure anybody on his team, Manny Pacquiao promotions, whoever, they really need to get somebody in there, especially how he was missing punches, hesitating, lost a jab in the later rounds. It's something he's going to have to work on if he want to hold that WBC title. And then he also got to worry about the fact that Gary Russell Jr. may have a rematch clause. So if I was Gary Russell Jr., I would take him back on right now before he could go learn anything, before they could teach him anything different, before he get any experience. That's if he wants to rematch Gary Russell Jr. But 9 times out of 10, I think he ain't gonna rematch Gary Russell. I don't think he's gonna do that. Why everybody's saying robbery? I don't know. I didn't see a robbery. I seen a champion that thought he was doing enough to win by not really doing nothing. That's what I saw. I saw a champion that wasn't really doing nothing, who thought he was supposed to win because he was just a champion. I told y'all, I'm gonna put it to you like this. How can I describe Gary Russell? Hell of a fighter, hell of skill set, but I think Gary Russell puts too much into trying to show him how fast his hands is and that skill set stuff. He do a lot of backing up and then that straight left all the time. It is, and I'm not dissing Gary Russell Jr. I like Gary Russell Jr. I'm just being real. This stuff probably you ain't gonna hear on no other channel. You know what I'm saying? Because they just, be on that fanboy, I want to meet Gary Russell Jr. stuff. No, I'm telling the truth. If I meet Gary Russell Jr., I'll meet him one day. But I'm gonna tell the truth on how I feel about it. And to me, it's like, You can't go into every fight with that type of style, like that amateur ass style, man. It's like amateurish to me. You go in there and then you tap with the left, and then you move around, and you move around, and then you throw a jab, then come back in, ha with the. I mean, come on, man. That ain't. No, man. Then he wasn't really doing enough of that last night. So, like I said, championship rules, which aren't official rules. This is something that was old in boxing now. This is something that's old in boxing, just really a belief or a feeling, or how can you say it, or just a certain standard that they had in boxing back in the day. If a champion is fighting a mandatory or a person he's fighting for their title, if that person does not embarrass the champion, knock him on his butt 2-3 times, mess his face up, disfigure his face, the champion usually walks away with the title. Not saying it's right, but that's how it used to go in certain situations. Now it's not going like that. You see what I'm saying? Actually, on the champion rules, Gary Russell's supposed to keep his title on the champion rules. But ConcuBox and other situations was able to show that Gary Russell didn't do enough to win the fight. And that's just what it was. He was fighting on the back foot, moving all night, y'all. Y'all hit that like button if you're watching. Please hit the like button if you're watching. I woke up real thirsty today. Gary Russell Jr. lied to everyone. His right shoulder was damaged a long time ago. Then he act like he got hurt in the third. People paid to get lied to. In my honest opinion, Gary was BSing the whole time. I think Gary was worried about the fact that he was going to lose. Then, like I said in my video last night, the commentator after the fight asked Gary Russell Jr., Gary, if you were injured and you've been on a 2-year layoff, why would you jump in the ring and fight him? Why would you put your belt on the line knowing that you are injured? Gary say, oh, I'm a warrior. I wanted to show my fans that I could fight through anything. Also, a bad thing that's going to happen now with this. Tank went through the same situation, even though it was Isaac Cruz. It was different opponents. It wasn't a Mark Magsayo. Tank came out of fight with one hand and won. So now, here come Tank. Tank got a right to this. Tank got a right to say something now. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You've been talking, I want Tank. I want to do this to Tank. Tank pulled off heels with one arm. You lost. This loss done messed up so much for Gary, in my opinion. Gary should have stalled this fight out. He should have waited till his arm was right, because they finna be like, why would I fight Gary? Why would I fight him? He lost his title. This dude just saying, and then I ain't like how Devin Haney said that he lost to a bomb though, but you know what I'm saying? Like you talking trash about us and you want to fight us, and this is not being biased towards Gary. I'm just talking about everything. You want to fight us, you want to do this to us, but you out here losing to a dude that ain't even got the skill set of us. Ain't nowhere near us. He had to get paid, bro. He hasn't fought in 2 years. I understand that. I understand he had to get paid, but at the same time, you still want to get paid. You still want to get them titles. I mean, that money from that title. Why not just postpone it? If you've been waiting 2 years, like I said, we could have waited 3 more months. You know what I'm saying? He still would have got paid. He still would have got paid. It just looked like a bunch of excuses were made to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he wasn't injured. I don't know. I don't really know. But all I'm saying is, even with that injury, y'all got to remember, Tank pulled his off. Gary didn't pull his off. Even though different opponents. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know and act like they don't realize Tank was hurt from the first round. His hand was hurt, damaged from the first round of the fight with Isaac Cruz. But he pulled it off. Tank still left with his title. Gary did not. Let me see. Cuz whooped Davis. No, Cruz whooped Davis. Fiaz whooped Haney. The kid whooped Russell. The kid whooped Russell Jr. It is what it is. Diaz, Pitter Packer, shuck and jive and hide ain't skills. I like Heretic. I didn't want to say it, but I kind of agree with you. He said Pitter Pat, shuck and jive, run and hide ain't skills. Now, I say yes, Gary Russell Jr. do have skills, but that's exactly the style that he fought. That Pitter Pat jive. He's supposed to been out there trying to do damage, y'all. He wasn't doing that, which I understand. If he was injured during the fight with an injury, he couldn't accomplish the task of, you know what I'm saying, beating him. But come on, y'all. I told y'all that amateur off the back foot, jump in with 2 straight left hand shit. It wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna beat this guy, man. But I know one thing. After Gary Russell watched that tape, he gonna be very upset with himself after watching that tape, because he's like, I actually lost to this dude, even though it was an injury in the fight. From what I understand, Mark saying that he punched Gary Russell in his shoulder, and that's why Gary Russell probably was already injured in that shoulder, but Mark said, oh, he did that because I punched him in his shoulder. Now, if we go back to the fight, Gary was using that right hand when the fight started. It's kind of like it's kind of bad for Gary, especially with me, with the yin and yang thing of the situation, because I always say I would like for a fighter to say that they're injured before a fight, but then you got to look at the situation of it. Why would you expose this happening? Why would you expose this happening in a fight? I mean, right before your fight. You know, you said in a press conference, you never came into a fight 100%. Okay, if you never came into a fight 100% and yet you never told the public, what was so different about this fight that made you tell the public? You see? So certain things are not adding up, you know, in this situation about Gary, you know? I'm just being true. Dudes being exposed. Billy Ray, good morning to you. He was just trying to survive. He knew he was finna lose. He needed an excuse to fall back on. That's how I kind of look. That's how it kind of look. You know, shout out to Gary Russell Jr. I'm a fan. I like his demeanor. I like the character of Gary Russell Jr. This is not the bash Gary Russell Jr. This is just non-biased talk, my opinion, what I saw, what I feel. And I just can't accept the excuse. You know? I can't accept it. There was a lot of stuff that was being said before the fight. I understand about the father, you know what I'm saying? That could be on your mind as well. I said that. Then to come out days before the fight, oh, I'm injured. Something we've never seen before, you know, heard about, you know what I'm saying? Then say that you come in, no fighter comes in 100%. Ain't nothing to say then. You done won a lot of fights not being 100%. What was the difference Saturday night? What was the difference? I mean, it's still, now, okay, let's talk about this now. Since Gary Russell Jr. lost his title, Gary Russell Jr. can go ahead and move up. He can go ahead and move up now. Ain't no point in seeing that unless he gonna do a rematch. I mean, I could understand him going back to get the belt so he could get a title shot when moving up, but ain't no guarantee that will happen just because he went back and got the belt. Okay, now you don't have to sit at 126. Now you can move up to 130. You could be up there with Shakur, Oscar Valdez, Burt Shelton. You up there with some hitters now. He didn't use the right arm. And certain, well, you know what I'm saying, you probably watched the fight. I didn't, so you probably know more than me. I just seen in the highlights, I think it was like up until like the second, third round, up until the fourth. I seen him using it, using the jab. But when he got caught with that punch or hit, yeah, he had to get hit because when he got hit in that shoulder, that's when I seen him stop throwing the hand. That's in my opinion. But like I said, I didn't watch the full fight. You know better than me because I watched highlights. I watched the highlights. But now, like I said, Gary Russell Jr. does not have to sit there and wait at 126 no more. He can move up to 130. You know what I'm saying? Look like his weight issues at 126. Even though he's saying the scale was wrong, this, that, and the other, go ahead and move up. That way you can fight more. I'm sure there's some fighters at 120, at 130 that would love to fight Gary Russell. Challenge the winner of Berchelt. I mean, not Berchelt, but Oscar Valdez versus Shakur. That's a fight. There's some fights here well for Gary Russell Jr. But I doubt if Martin rematching. I doubt if they rematch. Real talk, he said he's going into every fight injured, but this the first time where we heard from him randomly just say out the blue, man, I'm from the hood. I know tactics people use. Exactly. Ambitious hustler, I'm from the hood too. You just can't tell me no story. You come tell me something, the first thing I'm thinking is why and who sent you and what are you getting out of this? Whenever I hear something from somebody, why, who sent you, and what are you getting? Because you ain't coming spreading for nothing. You either want to see some, you want to make something happen, or you benefiting off what you telling me. That boy is too short to mess with them boys higher weights. Gary is a small guy. Well, Gary need to quit calling out everybody and talking about he want to fight Devin Haney and everybody else. If he a small guy, you should have just reigned supreme at 126. For you to keep talking about Devin Haney and these dudes ducking and they don't want to see your skill set and all this and that, move up. And then you can't talk about height. Look at what's his name, Hank. I don't know his name. Hank Armstrong, the boxer. This man moved up four weight classes in the old days when it was the only 8. Ain't nobody too small. You think he wasn't running up against bigger fighters when he was moving up the real weight classes? This man fought in 4 different weight classes in the back in the days. We got to stop using that size for them to get away with everything. He calling out bigger fighters. So why he can't move to 130? You called out somebody at 135. You can't go to 130? Kind of make it seem like Devin Haney say, all cap, right? Just being real, all cap, right? Like I say, I don't bash, I ain't biased. I just speak the truth. Y'all hit that like button for me if y'all watching. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Also, if you want to show your boy some love, please go to the description. Everything is in the description if you want to donate to the channel. I appreciate whatever you can send. Y'all please hit that like button for your boy, please. Yeah, that you gotta stop using that height stuff. Like I said, the Armstrong guy went up 4 weight classes back in the day, the real weight classes, and he beat guys. So, no, we just can't let Gary fly with that. He a small guy. If that's the case, we gotta start using that for Teofimo. He a shorter guy moving up to 140. We gotta use that for Tank too. Then we gonna have to start using that for everybody. No. Well, then what's gonna start happening is what? We ain't gonna never see a fighter taller than a shorter fighter fight if we start using that excuse. Oh, I'm not gonna fight him because his reach and his height is longer than mine. I mean, come on, man. We can. Sometimes we set up certain things to start the ducking, and we create the duck situations for the fighters. Oh, he too small. No, he ain't. No, he not. Mo G, what's happening? Good morning to you, player. Good morning. Yeah, it's time for Gary Russell to go on move up. Go on move up, bro. Let him go on move up. That's what's up with you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Go on move up to 130. If you don't get the rematch, there's no point in staying at 126 when you said nobody will fight you at 126. The title gone. If you can't get it back, move on. 130, 135. Let's go. Skills pay the bills, right? Skills pay the bills, right? That weight class stuff ain't got nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing. I got I said the link. Said dudes being exposed. We can't really use exposed with Gary Russell Jr. because you can't say exposed because the injury incident. Now, if he went in there clear, you know what I'm saying? Well, he say he wasn't clear, but if we would have never heard anything about an injury before he went to this fight, then exposed, that would have been a good word for this. You know, if he was never injured and he still lost, yeah, exposed would be a good fitting word for this. But robbery, hell no, I don't agree with it being a robbery. I think Gary Russell Jr. just didn't do enough. I think from him having to build, him being a champion, and like the people got to understand, that's why a lot of champions be looking crazy when they lose their titles like that, like Jamel Charlo against Tony Harrison, because they be thinking about the championship rules, the champion rules. If my opponent it didn't destroy me or knock me down a bunch of times, I'm supposed to leave with my title. But it don't work like that always now. I watched the fight. He was doing good with that one hand and kept him off with it, and he stopped throwing it. And he used good work, I guess good footwork, and made him miss a lot. The last 3 rounds killed him. Yeah. Not doing nothing, for real. You know, Gary, you know, hell of a fighter, man. I just think he didn't do what was necessary to finish the fight. Like you just said, the last 3 rounds, no activity for real. Oh, one of them rounds he came, I think it was the 10th. What? Just using that left hand, jumping in and out. This is a question I gotta ask. What y'all feel? Do y'all feel this kind of looks bad even more on Gary, since we know that, you know what I'm saying, Tank went out there and fought an opponent with one hand, defeated that opponent. Gary had to fight an opponent with one hand, lost. Do y'all think that's, you know, shows a difference? You know how they try to use the triangle effect? Do people think that Gary Russell Jr. will lose to Tank now? You know, simply from behind this triangle effect of fighting, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But maybe Tank will challenge Gary Russell now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't look too good. Some people gonna say because of the injury, but maybe Tank might be like, hey, come on. Let's go on and get it on. You know, I told y'all Tank is the smaller Canelo Alvarez. He'll love to fight an opponent off a loss or looking bad. So, yeah, but unfortunately, he gonna give you that Riley fight again. He gonna give us the Riley fight. But I told y'all. And that boy he looked big as hell too. Mark was making a lot of mistakes too. That's why I was saying Gary gonna be real upset once he watched that tape, and he be like, God damn, I let this the dude beat me, man. But then you gotta remember about the 2-year layoff, but Gary Russell Jr. said at the press conference, ring rust don't bother him. He said he's a true athlete. He stays in the gym. He stays in the gym. He's a true athlete, but then I just look at the injury as an excuse, y'all. In my opinion, that was an excuse. Pure excuse. First time ever. I ain't gonna say first time ever, because I ain't been around since boxing been around. But that I didn't see where a fighter comes literally out and tell them a week, 3-4 days before a fight, I'm injured. Telling your opponent, I'm injured. That didn't seem too good with me, y'all. And like I said, I am the channel that said I would like to know if a fighter I want to know if he's injured before going into a fight. Kiwana, you be on here? I ain't know you be on my channel. Thank you for tuning in, baby. Thank you. But I'm gonna stop it too. I called for the stickers, to put on your arm to stop smoking and stuff. But I wasn't being biased. I'm not being biased. I like Gary Russell Jr. He's a hell of a fighter, but I'm not gonna go with the excuses. I can't go. I can't. Ain't nothing I can do with that. This first time we ever hearing, and then next thing you know, you just, I'm injured. But then hold up. Like Floyd say, they got paperwork where they supposed to sign paperwork before a fight, telling the public, telling the people that, hey, I'm injured, this is wrong with me. So I'd like to see that paper. I know a lot of people gonna say, Gary ain't gotta prove nothing to you. Who are you? Gary ain't got to prove nothing. No, he don't have to prove nothing to me. But I'm just saying, if you gonna say something, have proof behind it. You told us you was injured. Did you get a shot? Did you take a pill before the fight? Anything. Did any of that happen? Lord, it's Sunday. I want me a Sunday plate. A big Sunday plate. A big Sunday plate. That's what I need today. I know some of y'all went to church this morning. Amen to that. Yeah, but I just, like I say, I don't believe it was no robbery. It wasn't a robbery. He just straight up lost. Ain't no way around it, in my opinion. Like I said, if he can't get the rematch, move up to 130, go to 135. You was finna fight Devin Haney at 135. You know what I'm saying? You had a weight issue, saying you had your scale was different. Okay, that ain't happened before. But then y'all gotta understand, Gary Russell Jr. been fighting at 126 his whole career. This man is up in age in his 30s. So I'm sure his body mass done changed. He can move up to 130. Trust me. He can move up to 130. It'll be better for him. He won't have to, you know what I'm saying, drop. Well, he say he stay in the gym, so he probably don't have to drop weight that much. But I'm saying you'll be at a higher weight class. You wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, going through what you're going through to make weight at 126. You ain't got to drop them 4 pounds. You ain't got to drop them 4 pounds. Also, everybody make sure that your notification bell are on, please. YouTube is messing with me bad. Everybody make sure your notification bells are on. Do that for your boy. Tell y'all if y'all want to show the channel some support, go to the description. It has everything. PayPal, Cash App is connected in the description. Also, subscribe to Boxing is Truth, my new channel for boxing only. Please subscribe to that. Go in the description. No, there ain't nothing better than some water, boy. Q1, are you still on here? Come on, y'all. I got 14 people talk to me. Express to me what y'all feel about last night. All the people watching, well, I can say all the people watching. But to the people watching, do y'all feel that that was a robbery last night? Let me hear from y'all. All my people, who do y'all feel that that was a robbery last night? Let me hear from y'all opinion. Me, my opinion is no. That was not a robbery. Gary Russell Jr. did not get robbed. Oh, y'all don't feel like talking this morning, huh? What y'all eating or something? Mail me a plate. Mail me a plate. But yeah. Go challenge Oscar Valdez, the winner Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson. That will make it hot. Take you some time off, let that arm heal, whatever was injured heal. You know. But you're driving. It's all good, Mo. It's all good. So I don't watch boxing. I just remember you saying you had a YouTube channel. So I just subscribed to see what you be on here talking about. Yeah, I know you did. You just want me to say something negative, keep on. No, I don't. I ain't doing that. No bias talk, no racism when I talk about this boxing. A lot of people saying that it's a robbery. I haven't seen the fight. That wasn't no robbery, bro. That wasn't no robbery. People be going by flash. They go by all that hand speed and more. No, man, you got to land punches. This ain't amateurs. It's not the amateurs. That's why you see fighters come in from the amateurs losing like that, because it ain't no pity pat boxing going on in no amateur. I mean, no professional boxing. Look at Lomachenko, how he lost to Salido. Salido came in there and showed him, this is the professionals. This ain't no amateurs. I don't care about you winning 400 amateur fights. You in here with the big boys tonight, and I'm going to show you in here with the big boys tonight. Yeah, I'm from B-Ham, bro. Yeah, you watching them wait. You ain't got to watch them wait, sugar. You ain't got to watch them wait. Don't do that. Plus, I don't do that on these videos, no way. They said the commentary was biased this last night. For who? Gary or Magsayo? I can't really say because I didn't watch the full fight. You know, I can't say if the commentators were being biased or not. You know, I can't really remember what I was hearing as I was watching the highlights to say that. So I'm not going to say, you know what I'm saying, whether they were being biased or not. Salute to you too, Rebel. I truly appreciate you. What up, Ease? I had Gary winning. Filipino kid looked like a deer in headlights after Gary hurt his shoulder. Gary was schooling this kid. I say Gary was making him look bad. Gary was making him look like he wasn't supposed to be in the ring with him, but the dude was making the fight. The dude was making the fight. landing more punches. You can't win a fight backing up and jumping in with two left hands. And yeah, Gary was hitting him, but he was getting off on Gary too. And actually, if that boy would have stepped up his pace and really went out there and fought Gary instead of trying to box, if he would have went out there and with a Marcos Maidana mentality, Gary Russell would have got knocked out. When he seen his, see, this how you know Mark is so inexperienced. This how you know Mark is very inexperienced. When he seen Gary Russell Jr. shoulder go out like that when he punched him, he's supposed to make every punch he landed. He's supposed to went, fuck, I mean, I'm trying to stop from cursing. Forget headshots. I'd have punched Gary Russell Jr. in his arm the whole night. I'd have aimed for that arm and that face. This right here, I've been aiming right here. The whole fight. I've been tearing this up. This how you know Mark ain't experienced. He stood up there, saw this man down there fall out from an arm, and then you coming over there, you back. Man, come on, man. You supposed to knock Gary ass. You supposed to be on him like white on rice, like flies to you know what. Body shots, head shots, everything. You can't be mad at Gary. He only had one shoulder from round. It's not like he could have thrown more right hands. Tank did. And I'm not being biased when I say that, because people gonna look at it like that. And people gonna say something about this. Exactly. Remember, I'm saying it first. Tank did it with one hand. And no, Pitbull Cruz is not Mark Magsayo. No, they two different fighters, but Tank did it. Was it a draw if it wasn't a win for Gary? Had it for Gary 7 rounds to 5. For sure, I stayed in Birmingham about 10 years on the east side, all throughout Centerpoint area. Yeah, I call Centerpoint nigga heaven. Centerpoint is nigga heaven. I had Gary winning as well. He tried to jump on Gary, but he was outgunned skill-wise with the one hand. Gary sold his belt last night. Leave him alone. He's straight. Said Gary's sitting on something today. It kind of make it believable, because you could have backed out the fight. Why would you go in there with an injury? You ain't fought in 2 years. That's like Keith Thurman going to fight Mario Barrios on February the 5th, and then 2 weeks before the fight, Keith Thurman tell us, oh, I had an injury in camp. Well, why you didn't back out? You been gone 2 years. We could have waited 3 more months. Tank threw both of his hands in the fight, but you could tell that Tank was really injured. And look how big his hand was. He just kept throwing it. He kept throwing it. Could that be a situation of heart? He said Tank went one hand happy when he got hurt as well. But it was a different injury. Honestly, Gary looked more impressive with one hand than many look with two. Yes, I agree with that, D-Lo. Yes, he was looking very good to only be using one hand. But like I said, that's Gary makes it look like that. But that don't mean, to me, it don't mean that he really did nothing to win the fight. Yeah, Gary got skills set. We know Gary polished, seasoned, whatever you want to say, he all that. But I just don't think he did enough. And yeah, it was probably from the injury. Like I said, it may be, I don't think they're gonna rematch him. You know what I'm saying? Because like you just said, he was getting off, he was looking good against the kid, but the kid was bringing the fight. The kid landed more punches. You know. And then you know how it is. They probably tired of Gary Russell Jr. The inactivity on that belt. Fighting 2 years. They tired of that. They probably like, all right, If this dude beat Gary, we gonna get him to fight because we sick and tired of Gary talking about something he can't fight nobody, and we gotta wait damn near 2 years for him to fight every year. That's why Gary is the longest reigning champion. You'll be the longest reigning champion too. If you fought every 2 years. Tevin Farmer at 130. Hold on, ain't Tevin Farmer? Yeah, ain't Tevin Farmer at 130? Where is Chris Colbert? I don't never see hear about him fighting nobody. Where is Chris Colbert? Little B-Hop. Where is he at? Damn if he did, damn if he don't. Gary couldn't throw you literally, saw injury in the 4th round, the shoulder injury, ain't nothing to play with. I agree, any injury, especially in a fight, your life on the line, you injured. If you keep a fighter inactive for 2 years and they are highly avoided, he is unlikely to pull out of a fight with 2 weeks out. Yeah, but that's what he should have did. Like I said, it ain't like they always tell us, it ain't about the fans, right? It ain't about the fans, right? When we go to questioning why they ain't fighting certain people, the first thing they say, the fans, I don't fight for the fans. I fight for me and my family. I'm not going to get this and I'm not going to get that. You should have took that step. You should have said, no, I'm not finna step in there like this. My shoulder is messed up. No, I'm not. I can't do that. I'm not finna lose my title like that. Why he couldn't just do that? The judges had certain expectations, especially with the inactivity. He started hitting Gary again to the body and Magsayo, and that's when Russell started slowing down and quit throwing the jabs at all. He didn't even throw any punches at all. See what I'm saying? You got to do more than that. You just can't be out there looking good and all that flamboyant Adrian Broner. No. The WBC definitely wants the belts in the hands of an active fighter who is highly skilled, avoid a lefty. Yeah, I agree with that. Well, all this crazy power from Magsayo kid. He hit Gary flush a few times and Gary was never hurt. Yeah, I seen that uppercut. But I guess that goes, Gary just got a good chin. Then you got to remember, Lomachenko didn't knock Gary Russell Jr. out. Lomachenko didn't knock Gary out. Magsayo, well, he beat Seha with a body shot. But, when you move up in competition, them chins are different. Gary seasoned. Gary been doing this a long time. That chin stiff. Most fighters like that, from them going from it from childhood have good chin. Adrian Broner. To me, Adrian Broner got the best chin in boxing. What he went through with Marcos Maidana. Okay, Chris Colbert has a fight lined up soon. We don't know nothing about it. That's what I'm saying. We don't know nothing about who Chris Colbert fighting. Don't know their name, nothing. Thank you, D, for posting the Cash App link. Y'all see the Cash App link if you want to show some support to the channel. Thank you, D Calico. Either, with all due respect, it's convenient to say he should have postponed, but there still would have been backlash. Some people are dogs and stubborn, like that's life. Yeah, but he shouldn't have been a dog and he should have been stubborn. He should have backed out. You've been gone 2 years. 3 months wouldn't have hurt us. It ain't like people sitting up here fiending with needles in it. Oh, Gary, I can't wait to see Gary Russell Jr. It ain't like people doing that. You are the most important person in your life. You are the most important. And I'm saying this for Gary Russell Jr., anybody. I'm not finna go out there knowing my shoulder is messed up or I'm injured and lose my title, which is my money. My title is my money. That's like that ups my pay rate, like experience when you applying for a job. That's my money. I'm not going in there losing my money like that. No. The fans gonna have to wait. And if you don't want to wait, you don't have to watch. I'm still gonna get my check. I'm not going out there hurt to please you. No. Ain't no way, no. I'm not going out there getting hurt to please no fan. Because if I come out there right and I defeat my opponent, that same fan who was going to say something, going to be right there. Go, Gary, yeah. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, Gary. No, I ain't coming out there like that. Damone, what's up? Gary got a good chin. It's hard to KO a guy with a big ass head like that. You wrong. You wrong, Dirty Red. Rocket, what's up? All y'all, what's up? Gary took the fight, no excuses. I like Gary Russell Jr. and he talks a lot of junk on top of it. Bad business, exactly. That was another reason you shouldn't took this fight, because you done destroyed future fights now. You done destroyed future fights for yourself. That's why you should have bagged out. Calling that, exactly, talking all that trash. Yeah, it's bad business. A lot because of out the ring issues too. No father, lost a brother. Hold on, no father, lost a brother, missed weight injury. Missed weight and injury, yeah. I thought Gary won 7 rounds to 5, 8 rounds to 4. Okay. Dirty Red, he does have a, I mean, who that Damone said he does have a Charlo head. Well, Charlo head or not, he should have went in there. He shouldn't have went into that fight with no injury. That's just crazy. With a great chin, got a big head. It may be like that. I probably got a good chin. Well, I do. I done been hit in my face before. I ain't never been shook up, stunned like that. I ain't never been stunned where my legs go weak. I done took a couple shots. In fact, one of my ex-girlfriends caught me with a right hook. And she caught me off guard with the right hook. And I was surprised because she weighed more than me and was short. So when she hit me, I'm thinking, she didn't do nothing to me. I was like, dang, I thought you were, the way she swung. But you know, we was play fighting and, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was literally trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, Ronda Rousey me or nothing like that, or Katie Holmes me or nothing like that. She threw it though. Yeah. And then a lot of them, look, their heads get bigger from taking them steroids too. Like Floyd exposed Manny Pacquiao. Look how big his head done got. Them steroids bring big heads too. Them roids. Southern hospitality, shit. Back in the day, shit ain't the same no more down. People still respectful down here, but these children growing up real wrong, bro. These children are growing up very wrong, bro. I'm talking about all you hear is cussing. You walk down the sidewalk, all you hear is cursing. And I had to stop once the other day and like tell this little boy, like, I had to ask myself, are you grown? Cause he just saying the F word. I'm like, you must be grown the way you out here cussing. Where your mom at? He's something about me? When your child feel bold enough to cuss like that out in the open, that means you ain't doing it. You ain't doing that. By an elbow in a basketball game, yeah, you probably ain't see that coming. Yeah, I can see you being stunned. It was a mandatory fight, so if no rematch clause, Gary is officially shelved. No belt, no fights, really at this point. That's why I say he need to move up. There's no reason to stay at 126 now. There's no reason to say, I can't find nobody to fight now. You was willing to go up to 135 and fight Devin Haney. You can move up to 130. You can move up to 135. What was the difference? What was the difference? What was the difference? I only been okay. Magsayo is dog food. He's about to get smothered and boiled. Like, yeah, I said that last night. He looking like a plate of honey mustard wings with Cajun ranch fries right now. He looking like some chicken wings with lemon pepper sprinkles and Cajun fries right now. That's what he looking like to them. They licking their lips and rubbing their hands from all the mistakes. One thing I see, Mark, he always go to grabbing his belt, trying to drop his trunks. As soon as I see him do that, I jump, I do a leaping left hook and try to knock his head off. Yeah, they licking their chops right now. Everybody who wanted that WBC title, that's what I'm saying. Was it all cap? You said that you would go and fight you would fight Devin Haney. All these fighters at bigger weight classes move up. Move up. There ain't no point in sitting there waiting. Laughing at my partner, man. Nigga crazy. Let's not forget he was going to for talking about he'll fight Crop. Man, man, that would have been bad for him moving up trying that. Especially going up Crawford. Especially going up to Crawford. So the good question that we need to ask, and this is no disrespect, I love Gary Russell Jr., nothing like that, but we gonna be real on my channel. That's the only way we gonna keep it. Is Gary Russell Jr. Mr. Cap? Is Gary Russell Jr. Mr. All Cap? That was all cap. Gary a soldier, but he ain't a damn fool. Hold on, let me see what he must say then. Gary was talking all that moving up fighting damn Bud at one time. Maybe it was cap. Move up ASAP. Exactly. Magsayo about to be like Andy and only have that belt for 1 month. Like a broke Bama. Hey, come on now with the broke Bama. I don't like that. I hate that shit. I hate that Bama stock. Well, you must be from up north. Rocket, you from up north? Buy a brand new car but couldn't afford it. Yeah. Well, now he balling now. He got it now. No, I don't believe he's capped. Dirty Red, yeah, I know. Heard Gary Antoine Russell, the brother at 140, will possibly go fight Victor Postal. I like the brother. I like the brother. You from Maryland, yeah. Who got a little man complex? Gary. I think I can believe that. I can believe that. Yeah, you from Maryland. Yeah, I know when I heard that Bama, I said, oh Lord. Yeah, we got us one. I want some food, man. I want some Sunday dinner, man. I hope my mom cooking today. Yeah, he is a little man. And people don't believe this, but that short guy complex stuff is very real. It's very real. You can tell by his demeanor that he's not capped. I ain't gonna say I can't agree with that. Demeanor don't mean nothing. Actions prove everything. You know what I'm saying? Actions prove everything. It's some people got demeanors look like they'll shoot you at point blank range, and them the dudes that be getting slapped by dudes. You know what I'm saying? Or letting a dude push their head and mush them, and you know what I'm saying? A demeanor don't mean nothing. I ain't no gangster or nothing like that. But ain't no man finna put their hands on me and walk off. That ain't finna happen. I don't care how your demeanor look. Or what you, Now, you gotta go by actions. He did the unbeatable boots twice, and he did beat. Oh yeah, the Antoine. Yeah. That's why all this talk, I forgot all about that. All this talk about this boot shit, he got problems with the little brother, Gary Russell Jr. Even though it was the amateurs are the amateurs, I know that, but y'all just getting this dude too much acclaim, man. Magsayo just going to fight mandatories if he gonna wait. If he gonna wait for Gary to come back from that injury, yeah. At least he'll get him some money, you know what I'm saying, off that title fight. He'll be getting a payday. A bigger payday since he got the title now. That's what I'm saying. Them belts increased the pay, I'm sure. So ain't no way in hell I'd have went out there with an injury and lost my paycheck. Hell no. The fans can wait. And if they can't, that's their problem. Yeah, it'll be a super fight one day. It will be a super fight one day. That would be a nice fight to see. Well, he is, little man. Well, y'all, we hitting the hour marker, y'all. We hitting the hour marker. You know, I think we done talked enough. If y'all want to keep it going, we can keep it going. You know, before we keep it going, I'm gonna say to the people, you know, go to the description. If you want to support the channel, I got Cash App, PayPal available in the description. If you want to show the channel some support, please go ahead if you want to. Also, subscribe to Boxing Truth, my new channel where it'll be strictly about boxing. Because I'm tired of them playing with my views. And we're gonna rock it off like that, man. Thank you, Charles. Bernie the boxer out Boots on notice. Said that if Boots really want Bud, openly call him out and say he will beat his ass publicly. Go after him, and Bud will take the fight. No ducking anyone. That's what all fighters need to do. And yes, I do agree with that. I think Terrence Crawford is the typical type of fighter where if you mention his name, Terrence gonna come for you. Terrence gonna come for you. You know what I'm saying? But then I wouldn't fight him simply because he ain't done nothing. He ain't done enough. When he will come out mandatory, or he go do something that make people say he could really beat me, then I'll probably fight him. But just no. Right now, no. No. What I think about Ryan Garcia versus Tevin Farmer, 50-50 fight. It could go so many ways. I think that Tevin Farmer could possibly embarrass Ryan Garcia. And I think due to the power of Ryan Garcia, he could possibly hurt Tevin Farmer and get him out of there. But I can't say until I see the fight or it's upcoming. I watch some film or whatever. So right now I really can't say, but that is a 50-50 fight. It's a good fight for both fighters. Both fighters are coming off layoffs. So yeah, it's a decent fight for both of them. Yeah. They screwed up. Gary gonna give a rematch. Gary. They not gonna give Gary a rematch, but I hope he get it because that's not a good way to lose your belt. Yeah. But it ain't like they gonna show him some sympathy because he lost his belt. They don't like, man, well, Mark, you know, we really need to give Gary a shot because he was injured. Mark, man, I don't care about him being injured. I don't care about him being injured. What that got to do with me? Me personally, if I beat you, I ain't giving you no rematch. If I was a boxer, you should have did it the first time. I don't care about what no fans think. Only time if I know he beat me. If I know he beat me, yeah, I got to rematch you. My brother on too, my other big brother. That's my brother right there, y'all. Emoji Ward. Hey Mo, I had got it straight, bro. That's why I ain't hit you back. I had got my tire straight. Hope you cooking some of that dressing. Hey, my big brother make the best dressing you will ever taste in your life, y'all. I'm talking about I literally asked my big brother to make me a pan of dressing. He make it just like, I don't know how you know my grandmama's secret, but he the only one know my grandmama's secret. And he makes some dressing, you will fight somebody about it. If you come home, somebody ate your dress, I'm telling you. My brother can cook. Gary Russell Jr. beat a man with one hand and gets no love. Okay. It was like he was schooling one of his kids in the ring, yes, with one-hand combos. If you heard about this fight, you wouldn't believe it. Gary was schooling him. Like I said, it showed a lot of mistakes that Mark Magsayo, you know what I'm saying, has. You know, it shows that if he was to go in there and fight somebody else who ain't injured, it's that ass. But at the same time, let's stop acting like Gary Russell Jr. gave us everything he could. He didn't. He did not. For damn near 3 rounds or more, Gary wasn't doing it, but the whole fight, the man fighting off the back foot. Not coming forward. What up, Lou? He fighting off the back foot, not coming forward. Mark creating the fight. Mark landing more punches in the fight. Did Gary look good? Yes. Did Gary show Mark that his levels to this? Yes. But he didn't complete the mission. No, not salad dressing. I'm talking about dressing, bread dressing. You know, breaded dressing. You know, you put bell pepper. Yeah, stuffing. Yeah, dressing stuff. I guess that's what they call it, you know. Down south, we just call it dressing, baby. You know what I'm saying? And my brother, bro, if you making some, Mo, let me know. On my life, I will come pick it up. Yeah, but for those who don't know, I got 3 older brothers. I got 3 older brothers, 2 older sisters. Would have had, how many of us it would have been, Mo, if Valencia would have lived? It would have been 7 of us in all if my sister wouldn't have passed when we were kids. Well, she wasn't no kid. She was stillborn. Please do. Please do, bro. Just call me and say, man, come get this dressing. I swear I'm coming. That man can make some dressing, bro. My stomach growling now. Just thinking about it. Folks talking about Gary got robbed, man. Stop the cap. That man ain't get robbed, man. I like Gary Russell Jr. He a hell of a fighter. If he got robbed, trust me, I say it. They robbed Gary. He just didn't do enough to me. But Gary did well, considering. Yes, he did do well. We gotta give, even though Gary lost, just still going out there. I will do that. Shout out to Gary for that. Win, lose, or draw, baby. You know what I'm saying? You still went out there and tried to pull it off. Can't take nothing from you, baby. Can't take nothing from you. I will say, from the appearance-wise, no, Mag didn't do enough to take his belt. But if he landed more punches, then Conky Box. This ain't a flash. Boxing ain't a flashy. It ain't a concert. It ain't a dance test. It ain't who look better. That ain't boxing. It ain't who look flashy, who look better, who look more flamboyant in the ring. That ain't got nothing to do with boxing. And I think that's what a lot of people are misunderstanding at this point today. It's not about who flashy and who looking good. It's about who lands the most punches. Who is creating a fight? Ring generalship. Yes, he was making Mark look bad, but Mark was making a fight. If Mark would have stood in the center of the ring, we probably wouldn't have seen that much action. If Mark would have just stand there and like, come on, Gary, come fight me, we wouldn't have seen much. Unfortunately for us and me, we ain't judges. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all in the beginning of the beginning of the video, under champion rules, yes, Gary's supposed to left with that title. Under champion rules, yes, Gary was supposed to leave with that title, man. But all that don't matter. If Magsayo would have quit head hunting so much and missing shots and concentrated on the body and arms and shoulders and the chest, he probably would have won by knockout. But he was head hunting too much. Yeah, like he wanted to box with Gary. I'm like, why are you trying to box with him and his shoulder hurt? Keep punching him in his damn shoulder. I'd have punched Gary Russell in his shoulder so much. I mean, Mark showed he lack a lot of stuff, y'all. And, we gonna see what's gonna happen with Mark later on in the future. Oh, it's on now? I wish I could watch it, sweetheart, but I can't. I wish I could watch it. I wish I could watch it, man. Damn, it's a pretty day today. Well, y'all, like I said, I've been on for too long, man. And, we didn't discuss, we didn't talk. Like I said, I want to give a shout out to, do I got a stick? A fire stick? No. I don't. But like I said, y'all, I've been on for an hour, man. It's time for me to, get off. I thank everybody for tuning in. Y'all stay tuned. Easy Work Boxing gonna keep you with some videos, baby. No bias talk, no racism. Y'all know how I do on my channel. Got to tell you one more time, if you want to show the channel some love, some support, you can donate. You can go to the description. Everything is in the description if you want to show the channel some love, some support. Make sure your notification bells are hit, please. Because like I said, YouTube bothering your boy. And I just thank y'all for y'all time. And y'all have a good Sunday, great Sunday out here. And I'll see you guys later.